The Death of Ivan Ilyich by Leo Tolstoy. Chapter 12. From that moment began the screaming that did not stop for 3 days, screaming so terrible that even through 2 closed doors you could not hear it without horror. The moment he answered his wife, he understood that he was lost, that there was no way back, that the end had come, the real end, and that his doubt was still not resolved, that it would remain doubt. "Oh, oh, oh," he screamed. In changing tones, he had begun by screaming, "I won't," and went on screaming that last sound, the long "oh." For all 3 days, during which time did not exist for him, he thrashed about in that black sack an invisible, unstoppable force kept pushing him into. He fought the way a condemned man fights in the hands of the executioner, knowing he cannot save himself. And with every minute, he felt that for all his struggling, he was coming closer and closer to the thing that terrified him. He felt that his torment lay in being forced into that black hole, and even more in not being able to get through it. What kept him from getting through was his insistence that his life had been good. That justification of his life snagged him, would not let him move forward, and tormented him more than anything. Suddenly some force struck him in the chest, in the side, squeezed his breath tighter still, and he fell through the hole, and there, at the end of the hole, something began to shine. What happened to him was what happens in a railway car when you think you are moving forward while you are really moving backward, and suddenly you realize the true direction. Yes, it was all wrong, he said to himself, but that doesn't matter. The right thing can be done. It can still be done, but what is the right thing? He asked himself, and suddenly went quiet. This was at the end of the 3rd day, an hour before his death. Just then his son, the schoolboy, crept quietly in to his father and came up to his bed. The dying man was still screaming desperately and flailing his arms. His hand landed on the boy's head. The boy caught it, pressed it to his lips, and began to cry. At that very moment Ivan Ilyich fell through and saw the light, and it was revealed to him that his life had not been what it should have been, but that it could still be put right. He asked himself, what then is the right thing? And he went still, listening. Then he felt someone kissing his hand. He opened his eyes and looked at his son. He felt sorry for him. His wife came up to him. He looked at her. Her mouth hung open. There were unwiped tears on her nose and cheek. She was looking at him in despair. He felt sorry for her too. Yes, I'm tormenting them, he thought. They feel sorry for me, but it will be better for them when I die. He wanted to say this, but didn't have the strength to get it out. But then, why speak? With a glance, he pointed his wife toward their son and said, "Take him away. I'm sorry. For you too." He wanted to say forgive as well, but it came out forgo, and no longer having the strength to correct himself, he waved his hand, knowing that the one who needed to understand would understand. And suddenly it became clear to him that what had been weighing on him and refusing to come out was all coming out at once. From 2 sides, from 10 sides, from all sides. He was sorry for them. He had to do something so it would not hurt them anymore. Set them free, and free himself from this suffering. How good and how simple, he thought. And the pain, he asked himself, where does it go? Come on then, where are you, pain? He began to listen for it. Yes, there it is. Well then, let the pain be. And death, where is it? He searched for his old familiar fear of death and could not find it. Where was death? What death? There was no fear at all, because there was no death. Instead of death, there was light. So that's it, he suddenly said out loud. What joy! For him all this happened in a single instant, and the meaning of that instant did not change. For those around him his agony went on for another 2 hours. Something gurgled in his chest, his wasted body shuddered. Then the gurgling and the rattling came more and more rarely. It's finished, someone said above him. He heard the words and repeated them in his soul. Death is finished, he said to himself. It is no more. He drew in air, stopped halfway through the breath, stretched out, and died.